Adventures by Morse. Carlton E. Morse presents The Cobra King Strikes Back, featuring Captain Friday.
If you like high adventure, come with me. If you like the stealth of intrigue, come with me. If you like blood and thunder, come with me.
Angkor Thom, the shell of an ancient city carved out of the jungles north of Saigon, French Indochina, is nothing more than a monument to a dead nation. Every member of the scientific expedition felt it the moment they arrived. But how did this party get to Angkor Thom, and why? Let Captain Bart Friday and Professor Lebrun tell you. Captain Friday?
Well, when Dr. Howard Carter, leader of this expedition, disappeared from Saigon, he left word appointing Professor Lebrun and myself co-leaders of the party. He instructed us to meet him at Angkor Thom. Upon arriving, we not only discovered Dr. Carter wasn't here, but that the place is cloaked by some subtle, terrifying influence, some Eastern mysticism. The natives say it's the curse which was used centuries ago to ruin the great Khmer nation and cause its cities to be lost in the sullen jungles of Cambodia. They believe the curse still hangs over the land and will remain until the precious seven-headed emerald cobra returns. But Professor Lebrun can tell you better about this religious symbol.
Oui. The Taprom Cobra is a great seven-headed cobra statue carved from purest emerald and is coiled upon a base of solid gold. There is a rumor it is about to reappear in Cambodia. If it did, there would be a religious uprising among the natives of Cochin, China. Everyone with Khmer blood will flock back into the jungle, rebuild the ancient cities, and re-establish the ancient Khmer kingdom.
Yes, that's just what the French government's afraid of. That's why they're sending me along with the Carter expedition. If the giant religious symbol does reappear, it's my job to make it disappear before the rank and file of natives hear about it.
Yes, and while Dr. Carter has made you a part of our party, he is very much opposed to this move. Dr. Carter does not want violence. All he wishes to do on the expedition is glimpse the famous Emerald Cobra and discover another of the lost jungle-covered Khmer cities.
Well, I've got a second reason for joining the expedition. Skip Turner and I were supposed to deliver a prisoner, Fen Lo, from Hawaii to Saigon. He slipped through our fingers. I believe he's somewhere up here in these northern jungles. I expect to get him back.
And so the party came to Angkor. On the evening of the first day there, Captain Friday and Skip Turner with Professor Lebrun were walking through a banyan grove when suddenly they were set upon by natives. They were bound hand and foot and thrown in a howdah on the second elephant in a caravan of elephants, camels, wild ponies, and mules.
Oh, boy, oh, boy.
What's the matter, Skip? Don't you like riding elephants?
Oh, I'm sick as a dog. Seasick on an elephant.
Riding an elephant seems to be something like riding a fishing smack in a storm, eh? Lots of disturbing motion.
You're telling me.
Oh, courage, Skip. No, look at the elephant's driver sitting out there on the beast's head with that sort of an ice pick. He's quite relaxed.
I'm gonna die.
Oh, no. No one ever died from nausea, old boy. Watch the driver. It's most interesting. See how he sits there half asleep, tapping the elephant first on one side of the head, then on the other, to keep him in the proper direction.
It's quite a picture in the moonlight. Darker than sin in this howdah, though.
Dark and the smelly.
Lebrun, what's the meaning of this anyway?
Kidnapped, Captain Friday. Kidnapped.
Well, who are these people? Why are we captives? Where are they taking us?
My word, Captain.
I demand to know.
But, Captain, I'm in the same pickle as you. Why become ferocious with me?
Because you promised protection for your entire party and for your secretary. Skip and myself are the only ones in danger, according to your own words. Now, here you are, trussed up in a howdah on top of an elephant along with us. Fine protection you have, I must say.
Oh, now, Captain, you mustn't fret about me.
I'm not. I'm wondering about my secretary back at Angkor.
Oh, now, this may be just a passing band of Indians and has nothing to do with the Khmer trouble.
Just a band of gypsies, I suppose.
That may be. You can't tell.
Band of gypsies with elephants and camels and enough other animals to make up a good-sized zoo.
Oh, my stomach.
Anything I can do for you, Skip?
No, just let me die in peace. Hey, who's this guy next to me? So dark.
What's that? Is there a fourth person in the howdah?
Oh, if that rolling motion would only stop for just a minute.
Feel around, Captain. See if there really is another person in here. It's so blamed dark.
Feel around. How on the Sam Hill am I going to do that with my feet tied together and both hands tied behind me?
Wait a minute. Yes, there is a fourth person, all right.
Strange he hasn't spoken to us.
Maybe a native guard. No, his feet are tied. Here, who are you?
Oh, must be knocked out. You don't suppose it's Dr. Carter, do you?
Just a minute. No, his face is smooth. He's unconscious, all right.
Was that you groaning, Skip?
No, I was the other guy.
He'll be around now, any moment.
How much longer do they think they'll keep us in here?
Oh, probably travel the rest of the night, and then we'll rest during the day.
What's the idea of that?
Oh, it's a protection from the deadly heat of the daytime.
Where am I?
Oh, it's Perry Mills. Hello, youngster. How are you feeling?
What makes it so dark? Where am I?
We're in a howdah aboard a mighty big elephant.
Oh. Is that what that rolling motion is?
That's the explanation.
Where are you, Captain Friday? I can't see anything.
I'm not far off. I'm tied up as tightly as you are.
Just you and I?
No, lad. I'm here, and so is Skip Turner.
Is that you, Professor Lebrun?
Yes, Perry.
What about Celia and Patricia? What's become of them?
Well, don't you know?
No, I was with them at the hotel when a native came and said Professor Lebrun wanted me to come down to the banyan grove.
Oh, so.
Very neat
When I
trap.
got down there, a half a dozen natives jumped out of the brush. I tried to fight and got knocked in the head.
We had the same experience.
Man, I've got a headache big enough for this elephant. Hey, who is this gang and where are they taking us?
Well, wherever it is, it's through some of the wildest country I ever laid my eyes on.
Can you see anything outside?
You can see out the front of the howdah. And whenever we leave the dense forest and cross an open space, I can catch glimpses of the vegetation in the moonlight. I never saw anything like it.
We're beyond the pale of civilization. Huh? We're probably in territory unknown to white men.
Hello? Our elephant stopped.
Oh, you mean the agony's over?
Just a moment till I peek out. Well, I'll be.
What is it?
What sort of a world is this, Lebrun? The last time I looked out there was nothing but jungle. Now look.
Seems to be a walled city.
Look at that tower. It's like a great cathedral.
Hey, let me get a look, will you? I need some fresh air anyway. Well, I'll be a cockeyed son of a gun. Hey, that'd make the Empire State Building look like a hole in the ground.
It's magic. How can such a thing as that be out here in this jungle?
It may be another lost city of the old Khmer Empire. We must be at the end of our night's journey.
Hey, look, the gate's opening. We're going inside.
The clanging of those gates sounded too much like prison gates to be pleasant.
I'm getting over my sick-to-the-stomach feeling. At least I can stand up. How do you feel, Patricia?
Terrible.
Don't you really feel any better?
Yes, a little, I guess.
Huh. Who'd ever thought riding a camel would be like that?
Well, I'd rather be on a ship in a storm any time. And they smell twice as bad as they ride.
Oh, it was pretty terrible. I went dizzy and fell flat on my face when they set me down on the ground.
Yeah, I would have too, only that dirty, grinning little slant-eyed man caught me and carried me in here.
Ugh. In India, they have the untouchables. Here, they seem to have the unwashables. Were you scared?
No, I was too sick.
I wasn't too sick to be in a panic. I thought of all sorts of ghastly things while those men were leading me in here.
Well, I didn't care what happened to me.
But who are they? What do you suppose they want with us?
Oh, everything's gone wrong since Dr. Carter disappeared in Saigon.
Yes, I'm missing Dad pretty thoroughly just now.
I've read about the strange tribes stealing white girls and selling them in the slave markets. Hey, Celia, you don't suppose that's what's happening, do you?
I don't know.
Well, they lured Perry Mills away from us at the hotel in Angkor just so they could kidnap us. It was stupid of us to leave the hotel.
Well, it wasn't our fault. When the native came in and said Captain Friday had been hurt, we had to do something.
They'll never get away with it. I'll bet anything Captain Friday and Skip are on our trail right now.
Gee, I never expected to be kidnapped aboard a camel.
And I never expected to be seasick in a jungle.
Yeah, I've been looking around this room. Have you noticed?
I haven't noticed anything. I've been feeling so sorry for my insides.
Look at all the inscriptions on the wall. This is one of the ancient Khmer ruins.
Well, it's the barest room I ever saw. Big stone chamber with nothing in it but rice straw for a bed.
Evidently, it's never been used for a prison before. Straw's nice and fresh. Didn't you have a peculiar feeling when that great gate in the wall opened and all our caravan of animals began to march through?
No, Celia. I tell you, I was just plain sick.
Well, so was I, but I still had reactions. It was just as though great eyes were watching every move we made. I have that same feeling now.
But that's silly, Celia. We're in a room with rock walls 2 or 3 feet thick and not a window in the place.
Well, I don't mean human eyes.
Celia, what are you talking about? Are you ill?
No, I'm perfectly all right. The eyes I'm talking about are not looking at me. They're looking inside me and through me. They're like great searchlights.
Celia, you're hysterical.
No, I'm not. But ever since we left Saigon, I've had a growing sense of impending disaster. My whole body fairly sings. My nerves are so taut.
Shh. They're unchaining the door.
What is it?
Someone put something inside the door and closed it again.
It isn't another cobra, is it?
They wouldn't dare do that. They wouldn't dare.
A strange elephant, camel, and wild pony caravan was waiting in the Cambodian night in a banyan grove on the edge of Angkor Thom. First, Captain Friday, Skip Turner, and Professor Lebrun were trapped and thrown aboard an elephant. And then Perry Mills was tossed in the howdah after them. And finally, Celia Carter and Patricia Young were added to the victims. They were placed on a camel. All through the night, the queer caravan crashed through the Cambodian jungles. And then suddenly, they came to the ruins of an ancient Khmer city. A gate opened in the wall. The caravan went in, and now here we are with Patricia and Celia in a great bare stone room, empty except for rice straw to sleep on. And then the door was unchained and opened.
It isn't another cobra, is it?
No, it looks like an earthen bowl. I wish we had better light. These pitch torches stuck in the wall don't help very much.
Patricia, where are you going?
I want to see what it is.
Oh, don't go. You can't tell what is it?
Looks like stew. Anyway, something to eat.
Oh, food.
Well, they certainly don't intend us to starve. Here, look at it.
Oh, I couldn't eat a bite.
Well, I can. I'm hungry.
Horrible-looking mess. Why, almost anything might be in there.
Probably is, too. Just the same, I'm hungry enough to eat almost anything.
Are you really going to try that?
Of course. It's nice and hot.
But how? You haven't any spoon or fork.
Then I'll use my fingers.
Stick your fingers in the food?
Well, I prefer that to putting my face in it. You have your choice.
Right in the soup?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
I feel as though the head waiter was watching me out of the corner of his eye.
We'll probably be eating with our fingers like experts before we get out of Cambodia.
Oh, I burned myself.
My dear child, you needn't have to put your whole hand in. Here, wipe it off on the straw.
Well, the piece I wanted was slippery. Had to go clear to the bottom for it.
Did you get it?
Well, certainly. What do I do now? Hold it up and nibble off the bottom of it?
For goodness sakes, don't put the whole thing in your mouth at once. You'll strangle.
Oh, I feel better already.
It's probably the food. The boss always said 9/10 of a person's courage is in his stomach.
There's a lot in that, I guess. Well, this is wonderful food.
Hush. Listen.
I wish that would stop. Every time I hear that chant, I have the most terrible sinking sensation.
Oh, just some wandering musicians, I guess. I'm going to lie down here on the straw until you finish your meat. Then we'll drink the soup out of the bowl.
It's awfully thick crockery. We'll never be able to get our mouths over the edge.
Let's try straws then. Maybe they'll,
Patricia, what's the matter? What are you looking for?
Didn't you hear someone speak?
Why, no. What do you mean?
I heard a man's voice. I know I did.
Someone outside?
No, in this room.
Oh, you must have been.
Shh, listen.
Foolish children.
Oh, now I hear it. He's in here. But I can't see him.
Shh.
Children of ignorance, poor misbegotten souls, why do you dash yourselves against the wall of mystery that separates the east and the west?
Who is it? Where are you?
Children of the lesser world, listen to what I have to say. Go forth and tell your menfolk that their quest is futile. Go forth and persuade them that unless they express willingness to turn back, some of them will die.
But we didn't come here ourselves. We don't want to be here. We were kidnapped.
The forces that brought you have the power to return you. Go forth and tell your menfolk to return. Tell them to go forth from Cambodia. Tell them to leave forever the shadow of the beloved Angkor Thom. Unless they do this thing, they will die, and their womenfolk will be sold into slavery.
They're women folk. He must be talking about us.
What does he mean, go forth? We're locked in here, aren't we?
If only we could see him. We can't get out. We're locked in. We don't know where we are. And we don't know where the rest of the party is.
Listen to me carefully, O sisters of outer darkness. Rouse thyself from thy bed and proceed as I shall direct you. First, take from the wall one of the torches. How's the head now, Perry, my lad? Better?
Much better, thanks, Professor. That food put new life into me.
Well, lie there on the straw and rest. You'll be all right. Your head isn't badly injured. Oh? What's the matter with Captain Friday?
What a mess. Looks as though I should stick to my own line, hunting city criminals.
Now, Captain, don't brood.
If I could be sure Patricia is safe.
Oh, I should have stayed with them back at the hotel. Walking into a trap
Oh, no, you needn't blame yourself, Mills. A queer place we've been stuck into. You ever see such a barn of a room?
Part of an old Khmer temple. Big thing, all right.
Hey, where's Skip? Lights so dim I can hardly see.
He said he was going to investigate. Smart lad, Skip. Eh, Captain? Always nosing around.
Not at this sort of business, I'm afraid. We're both a little out of our element.
Oh, aren't we all? What we need is Dr. Carter, the head of our expedition, in a case like this.
Do you suppose we're at the end of the caravan's journey? Or is this just a resting place?
Oh, I should think the latter. Sort of a watering station, supply depot, you might say.
Can't be very far from Angkor in one night's march. If we could make an escape. Was that you, Skip?
Hey, you bet. Hey, Captain, I got information. Real dope.
Hot tip, eh, Turner?
Yeah. Patricia and Celia are here, too.
What? What did you say, Skip?
It's the truth. I just got the lowdown. It's a straight goods.
Did you see them?
No, but the guard told me.
What guard?
Why, that dark-complected bozo outside our door.
Does he speak English?
No, I talk pig Latin at him. Sure he talks American. Well, ain't he a regular old-time Louisiana cotton man?
Leave it to Skip, Turner.
Why, sure. Signed on a boat at New Orleans and then jumped ship when he got to Singapore.
And now he's in the kidnapping business.
Nothing other kind. He's working for a gang in India, running narcotics into Siam and down through the Malay Peninsula.
Well, it sounds to me as though you got his life history.
Sure, and it cost me $20, too. Captain, my expense account...
Never mind that. What else did you find out?
Well, according to him, this caravan's on a return trip from bringing in a big supply of dope, see? Now, on the return trip, they usually travel light, unless they just happen to pick up some parrots or monkeys for some zoo, or else maybe a load of rice. Well, this time somebody hired him to grab us off at Angkor and bring us here.
Then we're not in the hands of our actual enemies.
We are not. This is as far as we go with the caravan. It goes on north and then west on its regular route. Now, they've turned us over to our real captors here at the temple, or whatever it is.
But what about the girls? Are they safe?
Yeah, he said they were shut up in some other part of this place. Hey, do you know what this joint is?
Maybe you can tell us.
Well, I sure can, teacher. Get a load of this. This is the Temple of the Gorillas. What do you think of that?
It leaves me perfectly cold.
Oh, yeah? Well, it don't me. I don't care a hoop about being locked up in the same building with a bunch of hairy apes. Not by a dang thing.
Oh, come now, Skip. This may have been what you say at some time in its history. Perhaps back in the ancient days of the Khmer regime, they did actually worship the gorilla here. Though I doubt it. The gorilla is an African ape, and we are a long, long way from Africa.
I don't care nothing about them ancient Khmers. I'm talking about here and now. That guard told me that his gang brings in a big he-gorilla for the priests here at this temple twice a year. Why, he says they must have a whole flock of them penned up here someplace.
I think your talkative friend, the guard, has been ribbing you. He's probably anxious to give you your money's worth.
Well, anyway, somebody paid his boss a good big price to kidnap our party and drag us in here. You believe that, don't you?
Yes, that's possible. But transporting gorillas here, that's a little hard to believe.
Well, he said they were shipped by boat from the east coast of Africa to Rangoon, and then they was picked up there by the caravan.
Did he say who owned the caravan?
Yeah, some Indian prince. I can't remember his name.
But getting back to this gorilla business, after all, this is a snake-worshipping country. It isn't natural that a religion would spring up about an imported animal.
You ain't calling me a liar. I'm only repeating what I was told.
I think I look around our dungeon.
That's a good idea, LeBrun. Don't wander off too far. So we're in the hands of the real enemy now. Suppose that means we've been turned over to the native priests who are so intent on stirring up a revolt with their seven-headed emerald cobra.
Well, I'd give a good deal to know what's become of our guide, Tequan. He seemed a pretty decent fellow.
Hey, I've been around long enough to know you can't trust an Oriental.
Well, that's a broad statement, Skip. The code of honor among the Orientals is decidedly strict.
Well, in my dealings with them...
Which has been with the criminal element.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And you're trying to measure the whole Oriental world by the handful of criminal Orientals you ran against in San Francisco.
You're right, Perry. Yet I don't trust this Tequan fellow of yours. I'd bet the San Francisco Mint that Tequan isn't very far from us right at this minute.
You mean you think Tequan has something to do with our being kidnapped?
Exactly. Undoubtedly, this is the work of your precious Tequan. And probably my ex-prisoner, Fenlow.
Hey, I think you hit it right on the button, Captain.
But why in the world would they do that?
Well, we're probably interfering with their plans. It's easier for them to hold us captives in this out-of-the-way prison until their activities are well underway than it would be for them to keep an eye on us if it were free.
Well, I hope your French government that put us on this job will hurry up and get us out of this.
Why should they try to rescue us? They don't know we've been kidnapped. We were supposed to go to Angkor, just as we did, and drop from sight into the jungles. For all the French government knows, we're carrying out our original plan.
Oh, that's great. Nobody knows and nobody cares what's happened to us.
What I'd like to know is what's become of Dr. Carter. He seems to have vanished off the face of the earth.
Probably holed up in some ancient ruins, the same as we are.
But Captain Friday, what about the note? Remember, he left Saigon of his own free will.
Maybe he did, and maybe he didn't.
You think the note was faked?
Could have been.
Well, then you really think Dr. Carter's a prisoner, too?
I do. Skip, did you all go over these quarters carefully?
Yes, sir. Top to bottom, inside and out.
Any possibility of escape?
Not a chance.
If you could bribe the guard to talk, couldn't we bribe him to let us tie him up and escape?
Well, I suggested it to him.
Well?
He shut up like a clam. I even waved a couple of $100 in front of his eyes. He turned his back and walked away, and I couldn't get another word out of him. Oh, what'd you find, Professor?
Oh, wonderful architects, these ancient Khmers. No modern builder would ever think of burying bronze bars in stone to make a door. It's a lost art. Oh, beautiful work.
Yeah, that's the first time I ever been on the wrong side of prison bars.
Well, live and learn. Why? Where's Perry?
He was lying there on the rice a minute ago.
Well, I'll be a son of a gun.
The light's bad, and perhaps he's moving about. Perry?
That's queer.
A man can't disappear right before your eyes.
Let's take a look around the room. You go that way, I'll go to the left.
The light is so vague with these reed torches.
If he'd gotten up, one of us would have seen him. Hey, this thing gives me the willies.
Let's keep the conversation going. One person can vanish, so can another.
Righto, you two follow along the walls. I'll go through the center of the room.
Good. We'll all head toward the door.
Well, if I start vanishing, you're all going to hear about it.
The torches in the wall give off more smoke than light.
When we get to the door, if we don't find anything, we'd better speak to the guard.
He probably already knows what's happened.
Oh, talk about your Oriental magic.
Here we are.
Well, I drew a blank.
Yeah, same here. Not a sign.
The guard is gone. There isn't a soul outside the bars.
Well, what do you know about that?
Try the door.
Hey, look here. The door's open.
Open.
Something queer here.
Shall I take a snoop around outside?
Go ahead. Quietly now. Maybe you talked the guard into giving us our freedom after all.
Not that bird.
Perhaps Perry discovered the door was open and went outside.
No, that's impossible. Couldn't have stood up and walked out without our seeing him.
Did you ever see such a deserted place? It's like a grave.
Hey, listen.
Doesn't seem to be a soul.
Come back!
That's Patricia. Come on.
What terror of the ancient temple has descended upon Patricia and Celia? Was there something, after all, to the story of the Negro Guard? Remember, it is the Temple of the Gorillas. Listen next week to Episode 5 of The Cobra King Strikes Back, entitled The Living Image of Cambodia. Watch for Adventures by Morse. Adventures by Morse. Carlton E. Morse presents The Cobra King Strikes Back, featuring Captain Friday.
If you like high adventure, come with me. If you like the stealth of intrigue, come with me. If you like blood and thunder, come with me.
An Oriental jungle caravan of elephants, wild ponies, camels, and strange, sure-footed little pack animals of the Himalayas, driven by sullen, bandit-faced natives, have kidnapped the combined parties of Captain Bart Friday and Dr. Howard Carter. They have kidnapped them and packed them off a day's march from Angkor, back in the Cambodian jungles of French Indochina, finally depositing them in an ancient ruin of an old Khmer temple. The two girls, Celia Carter and Patricia Young, were placed in one stone chamber, and the four men, Captain Friday, Professor Lebrun, Skip Turner, and Perry Mills, in a second big chamber. And then unaccountable things began to happen. A strange, bodiless voice came to the girls, urging them to persuade their menfolk to turn back. A mulatto guard told Skip Turner that they were prisoners in the ancient Temple of the Gorillas. Then Perry Mills vanished from the room, almost before the eyes of his fellow prisoners. And on top of this, they discovered that their guard also had disappeared, leaving their prison gates wide open. And then to climax it all, there suddenly came the terrified screams of the two girls.
Hey, Captain! Captain, that's Patricia and Celia.
It's the girls. Come on.
Hey, Captain! Captain Friday!
This way, Skip. Professor Lebrun.
Captain, there's more rat runs down here under this building. We're gonna get lost, sure. We've already lost Professor Lebrun.
But the girls.
Well, what's the use of everybody getting lost? Look here, you've run into a blind alley yourself.
Come, let's go back where we started the herd of the screams. We'll start all over again.
For an hour, they scoured the underground passages. First, Skip would get lost, then Professor Lebrun, and finally Captain Friday himself stumbled around in the darkness for half an hour before he got back to the starting point. Nothing more has been seen or heard of the girls. And now they've just about given up.
Hey, what's that?
Monkeys.
Listen.
I say, what's that?
I didn't hear nothing.
Well, listen.
Sounds like carpenters was at work.
Any idea what that rapping is, LeBrun?
No, but it sounds as though it might be coming from our prison chamber.
Let's go back in and see.
Well, I'm gonna jimmy this gate just so it don't swing shut and lock us in.
I don't hear it now, do you?
It's gone.
Let's go back inside.
It's getting closer. It's in this room, all right.
That's right. It's back over here by that pile of rice straw.
Well, there won't anybody ever lock us up with that gate again. I jimmied the inside.
Now listen now.
Right under our feet.
Yes. That doesn't solve the question of what it is.
Hey, I've got it.
Yes?
Sure. The gorillas.
Maybe. What do you think, LeBrun?
Why not try to find out? Theorizing won't help us.
Any suggestions?
It seems to come from under this pile of rice straw somewhere.
Then let's shove some of it aside and see what we find.
This'll go good in my diary. 27. Rode an elephant. Ate monkey stew and ended the day by shoveling rice straw in the temple of the gorillas.
The day isn't over yet, Skip, and besides, you haven't shoveled any rice straw.
Yes, Skip. How about giving us a hand?
I wasn't drug up to be no straw shoveler.
Just what were you drag up to be?
Hey, look here. Almost under our feet.
Hey, a trap door.
Well, it most certainly looks like a crude sort of handle sticking up out of the floor. But I don't see your trapdoor, Captain.
No. Doesn't seem to be any break in the floor. Now listen. Pounding's right beneath the handle.
Supposing we try to turn the knob.
It won't do any harm.
Yeah? What makes you think it won't? Supposing it's the gorillas making that noise.
We'll have to chance it.
Yeah, but they've taken our guns away from us.
Can't help that now, Skip. Go ahead, LeBrun.
Very well. Here goes.
Hey, come out!
Great heavens! We've lost Skip.
Now we know what became of Perry Mills.
You mean he went through the trapdoor, too?
He was lying right on top of it.
The minute I touched that handle, the door in the floor darted open and then snapped shut like an animal's jaw.
Skip went through like a shot.
That was a devilish dark hole. No chance to estimate how deep it is.
It was Perry doing the pounding.
By Jove, Captain, I wonder. But then, why doesn't he shout?
Didn't you notice how thick the floors are? You might hear pounding on the floor, but we'd never in the world hear voices.
Listen, listen. See if we can hear the pounding again.
There it is.
Do you suppose we could drag a log in the air and ram it in the opening to prevent the trapdoor from snapping shut?
I got a better idea.
Yes?
This trap door is much more likely to lead into a passage than just into a blind hole.
Well?
If that's the case, then there certainly is another entrance to it. Now, grab a couple of torches off the walls and we'll scout around.
Righto. But we may be stopped by these fellows that have been holding us prisoner.
I don't think so. Our guards seem to have vanished.
I have the torches, Captain.
Good. We'll try all the passageways we can find that seem to lead underground in the general direction of the trap door.
We'd better arm ourselves with some sort of weapons.
Pick up anything you can find. No telling what we'll run on, scurrying around in these underground passageways.
Patricia and Celia may be trapped down there, too.
All we can do is hope for the best. I should never have brought Patricia up here.
Oh, I don't think either of us expected to run into this sort of thing.
Give me one of the torches. That'll leave you one hand free.
I'm afraid one hand isn't of much use in this spot.
Then we'll go outside and arm ourselves with clubs.
Well, that would be some comfort.
I better lead. I'm more used to this sort of thing than you.
I'm right behind you, Captain.
There's no one in the passageway. Come on.
Right.
On tiptoes now. Don't talk. The coast is clear around the corner.
All right.
Hello? What are these?
That's a couple of overgrown ice picks, according to Skip. As a matter of fact, those are the iron bars the native drivers use to guide the elephants.
Well, they'll make good weapons. Grab one.
So they will. Now, shall we turn back and look for our passageway?
Yes. I saw a rat run of a passageway leading off from this main corridor as we came along. It was headed in the right direction and seemed to slant down.
Good. Shall we try it first?
All right.
Captain, I suggest you keep your torch before your face. There's some mighty vicious spiders in this country. They spin their webs across just such dank, dark passageways, and the torches will clear the way.
Yes, but if I hold it in front of my face, then I can't see ahead. I'd hate like the deuce to step on a snake. They're not the friendliest playmates either.
I tell you what I'll do. I'll keep my torch low, and I'll watch the patches ahead of you and warn you.
All right. Here we go down. What a place.
Right now, Captain, you are whiffing the decay of something like 20 centuries. You are walking in the dust of a very ancient past.
That's all right with me.
I wouldn't be surprised if we are the first white men ever to trod this passageway.
Are you watching the floor ahead?
Righto. You feeling uneasy?
Yes, I am.
Don't move, Captain.
What is it?
Hold very still. Got it. Broke it back.
What in heaven's name?
A deadly viper. It's almost under your feet. I've done away with it, though.
Thanks, LeBrun. Now, let's keep going.
We are coming to a turn in the passage.
Yeah, so I see. In fact, this seems to be the crossroads for all the underground passageways in the world.
What a labyrinth. Passages are leading in every direction.
Better mark the one we've just come down so we can find a way out.
It's a good idea. I'll tie my handkerchief on this bit of rock. Now then, which passage shall we try first?
I don't know. Well, this one seems to lead in the general direction we want to travel.
Good. Lead on, Captain.
Careful. We go down 3 or 4 steps.
Right. Watch out for pitfalls.
There. Uh-oh.
Oh, what is it now?
We picked a winding passageway. This way, I guess.
Coming to another turn.
Uh-huh.
Hold it.
Don't tell me there's another snake.
I thought I heard voices.
Oh, that's a relief. I'd rather face a dozen Khmer fanatics than another snake in this place.
Listen.
It's too far away to distinguish anything.
Shall we have a look around the corner?
Our torches will give us away. We'll have to leave them behind.
What? And run the chance of spiders and snakes?
Either that or run the chance of being recaptured.
I suppose it's best.
Here, we can wedge them in between these rocks. Yeah, that's good. Now, come along.
Girls' voices.
It's Patricia. Patricia!
Oh, Captain Friday, boss, is that you?
Yes, are you all right?
Oh, yes, where are you?
I'll go back and get the torches.
Yeah, go ahead, Professor. Stay where you are. We'll join you in a second.
Hey, Captain, for the love of Pete, bring a light.
Hello, Skip. You all right?
Why, sure. That was a nasty drop you give me, though.
Here's your torch, Captain. Is Perry Mills with them?
I don't know. Hi, Perry. Are you there, too?
Yeah, I went through the trap door, too.
We certainly selected a great place for a family reunion.
Well, let's collect the crowd and get out of here.
But don't you realize you have the dust of 20 centuries on your shoes?
The quicker it's wiped off, the better it'll suit me.
Oh, what a relief to be out of that awful smelling place.
Motion seconded by Perry Mills.
Boss, was this the room where you were held prisoners?
Yes, Patricia.
Well, ours was much smaller.
Hey, what do you suppose has happened to our captors? Let's go outside and take a look around. That caravan must be around somewhere.
Yeah, unless it fell through a trap door.
Feeling pretty frisky, aren't you, Skip?
Yeah, well, why not? How about you, Celia?
Oh, I feel swell now that we're all back together again.
We're not out of the woods yet, young lady.
Oh, yes, I know, but this is so much better than it was when Patricia and I thought we were all alone in this awful place. I really had the willies.
Before we do anything further, I want to know what's happened to you two girls.
Well,
we were...
You go on and tell it, Patricia.
All right. Well, we were captured, just as we told you, and were brought here on a camel.
Oh, we went you one better. We came in on an elephant.
Well, riding an elephant couldn't be worse than a camel.
Well, when we got here, they put us in a kind of cell with only straw on the floor. Gee, we were awfully seasick from riding on the camel and couldn't stand up. So they carried us in.
Seasick? Never heard of it.
Oh, what are you laughing at? It wasn't a bit funny.
Skip was sick all the way here, too.
Oh, it's the most terrible sensation in the world. Well, anyway, they carried us in and laid us on the straw and then brought us a bowl of stew.
It was wonderful. We ate every bit of it.
Yeah, know what it was?
Well, no, what?
Monkey stew.
Oh, honestly?
Sure, we had some, too.
Oh, I wouldn't have touched it if I'd known.
Oh, you mustn't be so sensitive back here in the jungle. You're liable to get that sort of thing regularly.
Hey, listen. Listen, everybody.
What is it, Skip?
There's somebody else in this temple with us, and he ain't very far off either.
Oh, you're nervous, Skip.
Yeah? Have you forgot they're supposed to keep live gorillas running around this place?
Captain Friday, Skip Turner, Professor Lebrun, Perry Mills, and the two girls, Celia and Patricia, have been reunited. Down in an unsightly underground rat run under the ancient Khmer temple, true, but still united. Still missing, however, are Dr. Carter, head of the expedition, and their Cambodian guide, Taquan. Just now, the two girls are telling their experience since the kidnapping. They are back in the room where the men were formerly prisoners. The chamber is lighted only by smoky reed torches.
Your ears are deceiving you, Skip. There is no one spying on us.
I heard something. You wait and see.
But we've waited 10 minutes, Skip.
Now, you keep your eyes open down the passage, Skip. Go on with your story, Patricia.
Well, after we'd eaten, we heard a voice.
A voice?
Yes, boss. We couldn't see a thing, just heard a voice that sounded as though it was in the room with us.
Oh, what did it say?
It said to go to our men folks and tell them that they still had an opportunity of turning back.
What do you mean, turn back? They had to hog tie us to get us this far.
I know. The voice said that the force that brought us this far had the power to return us to Angkor if we would promise to leave Cambodia immediately and never return.
I told him we didn't even know where you were. And then the voice directed us to take a certain passageway from our cell.
The door was unlocked.
Uh-huh. We did just what the voice told us to. And we came to that passageway where you found us.
You know, Professor, I don't understand why we heard the girls scream and couldn't hear their voices when we were right over their heads.
But we were out in the corridor when they screamed. Their voices probably came to us through the passageway that we followed in rescuing them.
That's a likely explanation. But why you girls scream? Did you see something?
Well, it was when we met Perry. It was terribly dark. We could hear something moving around, but we couldn't see a thing.
You weren't any more scared than I was. And when you screamed, my hair stood on end. All I could think of was Skip's story of gorillas.
Thanks for nothing.
Are you saying we sounded like gorillas?
Well, as soon as I got my senses back, I knew it was you girls.
Well, that's all.
Except that we found a loose rock and used it to pound on the floor to attract your attention.
Yeah, and then I did my spectacular nosedive into the manhole.
Now, listen, everyone. If we're careful, perhaps we can escape from this place and make our way back to Angkor.
What? Through this jungle, unarmed?
We can't stay here forever.
It would be impossible to get back without a guide.
Nevertheless, let's see what's doing outside.
Yeah, but look here, Chief. Hadn't one or two of us ought to go on ahead and look things over first?
I think we should stay together. We've had enough of this chasing one another through these dark passageways.
I'm inclined to agree with the professor. If there's anyone around, we've made enough commotion to attract their attention by now.
Talk about your mystery of the Khmer Empire.
Hey, you girls stay a few steps behind, just in case we run into anything up ahead.
There's the corner where we picked up those elephant pods.
We're not far from the entrance to the courtyard now. Quiet, everybody. Walk on your tiptoes.
Talk about adventures.
Yeah, too much. I didn't like it down there underground a bit.
Look, there's daylight. We're almost out.
Wait, the boss is waving us to keep quiet.
It's all right. Come on out. The courtyard's empty.
Empty? You mean all the elephants and camels and everything are gone?
Not even a smell left behind.
Well, I don't understand it. It's like magic.
Oh, it's not so much like magic when you examine the ground. Look here.
Yeah, all they've left behind are tracks in the dust.
The caravan has just moved on, that's all. Well, we've been left stranded out here in the midst of the Cambodian jungle without supplies or weapons of any kind.
But for what reason?
Probably on the order of some of the old Khmer priests who were instigating the Cambodian Revolution with the aid of their precious seven-headed emerald cobra.
Yeah, Captain. They probably got wind of the fact that you and I was coming in here to grab off the Cobra idol and recapture Fenlo.
Oh, boss, you're not still after that Cambodian boy, are you?
Fenlo is a menace to the French government, and he killed a man to escape. He's a criminal, and he's the first criminal that ever escaped from my custody. I won't leave this country until we get him.
Patricia, come here. Over here in the courtyard.
Excuse me, boss.
It doesn't look as though we are going to leave here anyway.
Why do you say that, Lebrun?
It would be certain death to attempt to backtrack to Angkor through these jungles with neither food, nor blankets, nor weapons.
Nevertheless, we're going to try it.
I'm with you, Chief.
And Professor LeBrun's right, Captain Friday. We haven't a chance in the world to make it. Besides the poisonous reptiles and insects, there are tigers, wild elephants, and innumerable other animals. And that's not mentioning the fact that we haven't a guide.
I think that caravan left all the signposts we'll need.
Oh, be reasonable, Captain. Such a move would be the same as sentencing the girls to death.
Oh. Yeah, the girls.
Yeah. Well, supposing a couple of us fellas hike back then and let the other two stay here with Patricia and Celia. We could bring back a rescue party.
Once you get back to Angkor, admitting for the moment that you could accomplish it, do you think that you'd ever be able to find this temple again?
Why, sure. Don't be stupid. We'd follow the trail left by the caravan.
Which shows quite plainly how little you know of a tropical jungle.
What do you mean?
Or merely that the jungle closes in behind such a caravan so that there is no trail. Within 3 days after a trail is made, it is obliterated by the rank grass and vines, unless it is used continually.
You ain't kidding me, are you?
Ask Perry here. He's an expert on that sort of thing.
And Professor LeBrun's right, Skip. And besides that, a person on foot wouldn't be able to make more than a mile or two a day fighting his way through the jungle. That's the reason the caravan uses elephants. They break through and make a path for the camels and the mules and the horses.
What do you say to that, Captain?
Yeah, looks like we're out of our element here in the jungle, Skip.
Yeah, but we'll starve to death if we stay here.
No, not necessarily. We may be able to kill a few edible birds and animals.
Well, how'd we cook them? I ain't got a match on me. Have you?
No, but we still have the burning torches. We'll have to keep our fire going continually.
If your precious Cambodian guide, Taquan, hadn't skipped out, we might have a chance.
I think we will find Taquan has an excellent reason for his disappearance.
Perhaps Dr. Carter will hear of our kidnapping and start a search for us. Yeah, if he isn't in the same sort of a fix himself.
Well, anyway, supposing we remain here as comfortably as possible the rest of the day and overnight and see what materializes.
I'll make that bargain with you, Professor LeBrun. We'll wait 24 hours. Then we'll have to do it my way.
Oh, here come the girls back.
Well, whatever we do, let's stay together. It's so dreadfully still.
Talk about your desert islands.
Yeah, not a sound except the wild parrots and the monkeys in those bamboo trees.
Hey, I wonder if we can get out of this courtyard. Maybe we're locked inside these walls.
Oh, no, we are not. There's the gate yonder, wide open.
Oh, it's like being the only ones left in the world, isn't it? But I bet that whole ruin is going to look wicked when the sun starts to go down.
There is a sinister aspect about it at that.
Yeah, it's just the kind of place where you'd expect them to throw a person into the gorilla's cage.
Skip Turner, what are you talking about?
Sure, that's what the guard told me they used to do.
Well, why did you have to say that?
I think it was quite inexcusable.
Yeah, well, if I'm going to have gorilla nightmares tonight, I want to know that some of the rest of you are having them, too.
I think your guard gave you a fine fairy tale for the $20 you gave him, Skip. He told you his caravan was turning us over to someone else, too, didn't he?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Well, if there is as much truth in his story about this being the temple of the gorillas, then it is probably all fiction.
Well, as I said before, it's his story, not mine.
Hi, Professor LeBrun, Captain Friday.
Hello, Perry's run into something.
What's the matter, Perry?
Hey, come over here and see what I've got. Bring the crowd.
Hey, come on, let's go.
Well, I can't imagine.
What have you found, Perry? I don't see anything out of the ordinary.
And look, gunny sacks.
Well, what about them?
Food.
Is there
Are you
food?
certain, Perry?
Sure, the big one's rice, and the one over there is dried dates and figs, and then there's coffee and even some dried monkey meat.
Well, it looks as though we weren't meant to starve anyway.
This thing doesn't add up. What do you make of it, Professor?
Nothing beyond the fact that we appear to have a most humane antagonist.
Well, anyway, let's drag this stuff inside the temple where the birds and animals can't get at it. Oh, just a minute.
You got an idea, Chief?
Yeah. Now that we have food to carry with us, one or two could easily make an effort to get through to Angkor.
We have food, Captain, but no guide.
I'll take a chance on it alone.
Oh, no, boss. Please, not alone.
Oh, supposing we sleep on it and talk it over again in the morning.
Well, all right. I said I'd wait 24 hours. Come on, everybody. Let's set up camp for the night.
Hello. What's up? Well, I'll be, Professor LeBrun. Captain Friday, wake up.
That you, Perry?
Yes, Captain, look at the door.
Well, it's guarded.
Hey, what's the idea waking a guy up in the middle of the night?
Can't you see it's still dark?
That's just because the torches in here are burned out. Skip, take a look at that door.
Well, for the love of Pete. Hey, looks like we're prisoners again.
Can't see my hand in front of my face. Is Lebrun awake?
Wide awake, Captain.
What do you know about this, Lebrun?
Nothing at all, I'm afraid, Captain.
Hey, I'm going up to the gate and take a look through the bars.
What for?
To see if our guard's the same one we had before.
Don't let him see you. And come right back.
Okay.
It certainly looks like our vanishing caravan had returned.
Or else a second one has moved in on us.
We shouldn't have made this room our headquarters.
Yeah. All they had to do was set a guard before that door and we're prisoners again.
Boss, are you there?
Yes, Patricia.
What's the matter?
We're prisoners again.
Prisoners? Well, did they come for us in the night?
We don't know. I just woke up and there they were.
I've got an idea.
Well, let's hear it.
Why couldn't we all drop through the trap door and escape through the underground passageway?
Hey, not bad.
Yes, it might work. What do you think, Lebrun?
It's worth looking into.
Hey, folks, we got a new deal in guards. I saw half a dozen fellas, and they was all the same nationality as Fenlo and Taquan.
Cambodians, eh?
Lebrun, do you suppose this is the gang that paid to have us kidnapped by that caravan?
It seems likely.
Well, then the other guard was telling the truth when he said that we was being transferred into the hands of the real enemy at this point.
It looks so, doesn't it?
A good thing we brought our supply of food in here. We'll drop it through the trap door and then follow it one at a time. If we can escape from this room, we can hide in the passageways until they've gone. Are the sacks tied up tight?
Yes, I saw to that last night.
And set them on the trap door.
Now, wait till I locate the sacks first. Oh, it's so blame dark.
Oh, here they are, right here.
Tell me when they're on the door. I've got the handle.
There they are. Turn the handle, Captain.
What in...
What's the matter, boss?
Trap door doesn't work anymore. I can't budge it.
What do you mean you can't budge it?
We'll have them all down on our necks.
Shall I try?
If you like, but it's useless.
So it is. It looks as though our new captors were familiar with this old castle.
Yeah? What do you mean?
Why, it looks as though they put our trapdoor out of commission, don't you think?
Well, then we're in for it.
It looks so.
Hello. Someone's coming in here with torches.
It looks like the entire Cambodian nation. They're certainly not taking any chances of being overpowered.
Why don't they say something? Are they all deaf mutes?
Everyone stand. Quietly.
Not me. I'm putting up a battle. You just let them come near.
Do what you're told, Skip. It's useless to fight. They're 10 to 1 against us.
Captain Friday, what are they going to do? Why don't they say something?
Keep your chin up, Patricia.
Look, some of them are carrying torches, and the rest are armed.
Easy now, Celia. What do you people want? Who are you?
Hey, you can't tie my hands behind me. What do you think you're doing?
Skip, don't be a fool.
Take your hands off me.
Patricia, there's no use fighting him.
They're just tying your hands behind you the same as with the rest of us.
Are you all right, Celia?
Oh, yes, only I'm awfully scared, Perry.
Keep calm, everybody. Nothing very terrible has happened yet.
But what are they going to do with us?
Well, now that we are all trussed up, it looks as though we were to be marched out into the open.
Now, what's the matter with these guys anyway? Are they deaf and dumb?
Keep next to me, Patricia.
All right, boss. Coming, Celia.
I'll look out for Celia as much as I can.
Well, here we go.
Don't do that, Celia. You're trembling like a leaf.
Perry, don't you recognize that chant?
I know. Do you?
It's the death chant Fenlo sang the night he disappeared off the ship. Oh, look, they're making Skip get on a horse.
Hey, you. I hate horseback riding.
They're gonna make a horseback rider out of him, though. Hey, look, they're tying him on.
You mean they're going to tie us each on a horse?
Yeah, it looks that way.
Do you suppose that death chant was meant for us, Perry? Oh, look.
No, leave me alone. I won't, leave me alone.
Next week, you will hear the 6th episode of The Cobra King Strikes Back, entitled Terrors of the Hollow Mountain. This newest radio thriller is another in the series of Adventures by Morse.